Today is 6th of October, 4:20, 40 minutes before the market closes. Market opened today positive, but currently trading an average bar with lower volume, up 6 point at 3159. Now over here at the support level, we see a bounce, especially this gap here. However, on the last two sessions, we see weakening momentums. This is quite evident from the small range bar, as well as the lower volume for today. Resistance is at 3,200, support at 3,100. Now I would like to actually see whether the market can hold at this level here, this intraday low here, which is at 3,128. And this appeared to be a level that was tested on two occasions. You notice actually the tail of these two bars here actually coincide. So this will be our immediate support. But whatever the case may be, if you notice the 1326 is pointing downward, so this is a counter trend move. So during these periods, it's not advisable to trade any form of rebounds, but to actually look for setups to short stocks. This is S&P 500 at the support level. It managed to actually bounce, but this week is likely to be volatile. Tomorrow we have non-farm payrolls, and if it's a positive result, then that will be negative for the markets, because that would encourage the Federal Reserve to continue tightening the monetary policy. So if tomorrow non-farm payroll data is actually no good, and that is generally positive for the market. But whatever the case may be, it's better to actually look what happened next week. Let the data's announcement get out of the way. If you plot the 40 weeks, again, it's quite evident the 40 weeks remain a technical resistance. So any bounce is likely to be limited. Let's turn our attention to our local markets. Some of the strong stocks we'll be discussing. This is Chip Sing, one of the few strong stocks. It's currently consolidating, and there is also a withholding announcement of a potential transaction by the non-executive directors. So perhaps you want to actually wait for announcements and to decide the direction of the trade. Golden Energy. Today there is some move, but whatever the case, it is still have this resistance to contact with this intraday high here, 85 cents. If you notice, on many occasions it was not able to close well, so it does appear there is some form of resistance here. So we will need a catalyst to actually break this resistance. So we'd like to actually observe and to see what happens. So for the conservative, it's better to actually, after this break, look for first pullback to actually trades. If you take a look at the related stock, Geo Energy, this is actually also a coal mining companies. Less impressive, you notice we're overhead resistance, but we do have this inbound trend here, and last two bar volume is low. So here we have a contraction setup, but remember this is just riding on the momentum because the moving average is not in order. So this high here is at 405. So if you take the trade, it's likely to be hit and run. It's quite evident from the weekly charts that this is really a counter trend move. So this is unlike Golden Energy. So if we just take a look at Golden Energy again, this is quite evident on the weekly charts. It's actually still trending upwards, though they have very big retracement before. Another strong stocks which is consolidating is Jardine CNC. So if you notice, we have very strong upward move, and over here deep retracement, and usually after this it's likely to consolidate sideways with a couple of swing, and we need some patience eventually to break this resistance here of 36.85. Let's take a look at some of the other stock we'll be discussing. Semco industry has weakened quite significantly. It's pretty obvious. After this gap up, it failed, and it traded decisively below 1326, downward pointing 1326 SMA. Here we'd like to see whether you can eventually break this low here, which is at 301. But it could be tricky. Just have to take notes. This is actually a support level. So if you break these supports, that will be generally negative. Having said this, we also want to actually take note that it is actually currently trading just hovering above the 100 SMA, which is also a technical support. Keppel Corp, again, very strong downward move, right? And this is a weak throwback. Notice the volume is low. At this point in time, it is a small dipper, but it's quite far away. That is at 676. I'll prefer if you can consolidate sideways, and then volume drop off and look for eventual break.